Who was Dr. Royal Raymond Rife, and why are so many people still interested in the technology he spent many years of his life developing? In this documentary, you will learn about a brilliant and gifted man who developed the world's most powerful optical microscopes, which overcame the limitations of standard research microscopes, and who discovered a way to destroy deadly microorganisms using coordinative resonance. Though he died in 1971, interest in his discoveries did not. Royal Raymond Rife was a handsome and gifted young man. He had an inquisitive mind and explored many interests. He was born May 16, 1888, in the state of Nebraska, to Royal Raymond Rife Sr. of Ohio and Ida Mae Cheney of Creston, Iowa. Dr. Rife was their second child, an older sibling having died in infancy. Ida Mae died, as so many young mothers did, about 8 months after his birth. After her death, because Rife Sr. was working 14 to 16-hour days as a mechanical engineer, he took his son to his sister, Nina Culver Rife Dryden. She said about this difficult situation, "I raised him and brought him up as though he was my own. He lived with her from the time he was 8 months of age until the year 1905. At this time he had an interest in becoming a medical doctor and pursued this dream. He went to Johns Hopkins University to begin his medical training, and after some study, he found that he had a greater interest in the field of bacteriology. In bacteriology, he did a great deal of work which included photographing many specimens for the University of Heidelberg. Because of the great contributions Rife made to Heidelberg University, he was given an honorary doctorate of parasitology in 1914. Because his studies of bacteria required intensive use of microscopes, Dr. Rife developed an interest in optics and began studying in that field as well. This interest led him to New York's Zeiss Works. Zeiss microscopes were world-renowned even at that time, and Dr. Rife studied from 1904 to 1908 with Hans Lückel, the senior optics engineer. In 1846, Carl Zeiss set up a workshop for precision mechanics and optics in Jena, Germany. 20 years later, he went into partnership with Ernst Abbe, whose theory of microscope image formation led to greatly improved microscopes. These innovations made Zeiss a world leader in optics and made it the logical place for Dr. Rife to study microscope and lens technology. With his scientific brilliance and knowledge of optics and bacteriology, Dr. Rife was poised to begin an incredible journey of discovery. This journey began with his move to California, where he settled in Point Loma. Somewhere around 1912, Dr. Rife met and married his wife, Mamie Quinn. She was a wonderful wife who fully supported him in all his endeavors. Because jobs for bacteriologists were scarce, Dr. Rife took a job as chauffeur for Henry Timken of Timken Bearings. As his chauffeur, Dr. Rife became good friends with Henry Timken, and Timken became very impressed with Rife's knowledge. Dr. Rife had also become an accomplished machinist, and Henry Timken had a great love of racing boats. So he had Rife build the motor for his newest boat named the Kitty Hawk. This boat was built to compete in open sea endurance races of 100 miles. The motor Dr. Rife machined produced 2,700 horsepower, which was amazing for 1915. The boat went on to win the race, sustaining 87 miles an hour for 100 miles. This record was unbeaten for more than 60 years. Timken Bearing Company was a prominent producer of roller bearings which were used in all types of equipment and are still used today. At about this same time, the company was losing a great deal of money because of defective steel, which was causing their bearings to fail. Rife developed the first X-ray eye capable of X-raying the steel and detecting hairline fractures in the metal. Rife developed this eye to scan across the full width of the production line and sound an alarm each time a flaw was detected. This saved the company millions of dollars. In appreciation, Timken gave Dr. Reif a lifetime